The relationship between capitalism and feminism is complex and nuanced. Barring liberal feminism, most schools of feminist thought are critical of the capitalist system. Yet historically, feminism emerged and evolved within a capitalist framework. Feminism maintains that women have been subjected to gender discrimination for thousands of years, particularly since patriarchy supplanted matriarchy. However, the organized feminist movement arose only in the mid-19th century, suggesting that capitalism itself served as its cradle. Moreover, many of feminism's core demands are difficult to realize outside a capitalist environment. It is this paradoxical relationship between feminism and capitalism that we shall now explore.
Let us begin with the feminist critique of capitalism, particularly its alleged alliance with patriarchy. Both systems are said to rest upon structural inequalities, gender hierarchy in the case of patriarchy, and the worker-owner divide in the case of capitalism. Within a patriarchal family, a woman's unpaid domestic and reproductive labor helps sustain capitalism by ensuring a continuous and inexpensive supply of labor. From this perspective, exploitative capitalism perpetuates patriarchy and gender discrimination because doing so serves its own interests.
Feminists also criticize capitalism for commodifying the female body and sexual appeal for profit. According to this view, capitalism treats women not as human beings, but as consumer objects, hence the expression, objectification of the female body. The proliferation of cosmetic products, the omnipresence of beauty parlors, the portrayal of women as objects of desire in cinema and advertising, and the continual reshaping of beauty standards through fashion all point, in the feminist view, to the capitalist commodification of the female body.
Feminism raises several other objections to capitalism. The capitalist system is often accused of relegating women to lower-paid occupations or paying them lower wages, thereby exposing them to gender-based exploitation. It also assigns no monetary value to domestic labor, such as cooking and household chores, reproductive labor, including pregnancy, childbirth, breastfeeding, and childcare, or emotional labor, such as love, affection, empathy, sympathy, and forbearance, all of which contribute to family cohesion. Working women are often required to shoulder both professional and domestic responsibilities simultaneously. Counter-arguments to these critiques certainly exist, but for the moment we shall simply acknowledge the criticisms rather than debate them.
Yet the historical relationship between feminism and capitalism reveals a less obvious connection. Modern industrial capitalism emerged in the 18th century and flourished during the 19th. It was during this very period that the organized feminist movement took shape. Furthermore, just as capitalism originated in Europe and North America, feminism likewise first developed in these regions. Over the last 1.5 to 2 centuries, the growth of capitalism and the expansion of feminism have largely proceeded in parallel. As capitalism spread across the globe, feminist ideas also gained influence in numerous societies. Even today, countries with more developed capitalist economies often exhibit a stronger feminist presence. This correlation suggests that some deeper relationship may exist between the two.
Let us examine this possibility. Without delving too deeply into theory, we may instead focus on the practical conditions that facilitate women's liberation and ask which socioeconomic system is best able to provide them. We begin with the gender-based division of labor. Feminists have long argued that patriarchy confines women to the domestic sphere while granting men greater access to autonomy, wealth, and authority. If this imbalance is to be overcome, women must gain access to all forms of remunerative economic activity. The question is, how can this be achieved?
Before the Industrial Revolution, civilization was predominantly agrarian. Most productive occupations outside the home, such as plowing fields, rowing boats, blacksmithing, carpentry, warfare, and construction work, depended heavily on physical strength. In addition, the external environment was often harsh and unsafe. Under such conditions, many outdoor occupations were regarded as incompatible with the female anatomy and biological life cycle.
Capitalism encouraged the expansion of corporate offices, administrative institutions, hospitals, schools, hospitality services, and mass media industries. At the same time, it generated new forms of employment that were either gender-neutral or structurally advantageous for women. In doing so, capitalism broadened opportunities for female economic independence by creating viable forms of employment outside the home. Significantly, even after 2 centuries of feminist activism, hazardous occupations and heavy industrial work remain overwhelmingly male-dominated.
Unwanted pregnancy has been another major obstacle to women's liberation. In the absence of reliable birth control, many women experienced repeated cycles of pregnancy, childbirth, and child rearing, often accompanied by serious health risks and physical strain. As a result, little opportunity remained to pursue activities beyond motherhood. Within a capitalist framework, however, the innovation, mass production, and widespread distribution of contraceptives, including condoms, intrauterine devices such as the copper T, birth control pills, and emergency contraceptives, became commercially viable. In this way, capitalism has helped women gain greater control over their reproductive lives.
Similar transformations occurred within the household. The introduction of pressure cookers, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, refrigerators, microwave ovens, gas stoves, electric irons, induction heaters, kitchen chimneys, and mixer-grinder juicers significantly reduced the burden of domestic labor. At the same time, technologies such as radio, television, electric lighting, fans, air conditioning, telephones, computers, and the internet enhanced the quality of domestic life. By creating a more comfortable and less labor-intensive home environment, capitalism helped foster new aspirations among women to participate more actively in the wider world.
Indeed, one may argue that the material foundations of modern feminism are deeply intertwined with capitalism. If capitalism were replaced by an alternative socioeconomic political system, it is uncertain whether the contemporary feminist movement could retain its present effectiveness and influence. This uncertainty is reinforced by the status of women in several contemporary socialist and theocratic states.